we are back! The glorious Niveus vs VGR. This is game 2 of the semi-final. VGR are up 1-0. They just played a very tight game. We saw some ridiculously farmed and fed Vayne. Alright, so I was about to say, I'd be very surprised if Elise wasn't banned out this game. And, well, fair enough, we see Elise banned out first. So, that makes a lot of sense. Vayne is being respect banned as well. I feel like Ninkapoop's going to be pretty happy with themselves about that. Just so you guys know that we have just decreased the stream quality. And you're like, what? Decreased? But that means hopefully it's going to be less laggy for you guys. We do have a VDSL 2 line there, so we have something like 1,000,000 megabytes up and 1,000,000 megabytes down. And we can stream at glorious 1080p. Unfortunately, the rest of New Zealand can't even watch it. That's alright though. We've decreased the stream quality. Please let us know if it's any better. If it's not, we can always look at other alternatives as well. But yeah, keep the line of communications open, and we're definitely taking your advice into consideration, and we'll generally do something about it because we're nice people. So, Zach, Javan, and Shen banned out again. Elise, Vayne, and Lee Sin. So, Adept has Renekton open for him, which makes sense. They banned out what they really don't want to deal with. Elise was very powerful. Vayne was very powerful. And they've let a couple of bans slip through their fingers. Maybe they'll try to pick it themselves. It'll be interesting to see what happens after the next couple of picks. See if they want to get those target champions. Don't even have fiber. I'm pretty sure the deal we got was the fastest speed we could get in the location. So, unless you want to change the geographical, landscaping of New Zealand, you're pretty much just going to have to deal with it. And I'm not even sorry. So, Vi was just locked in. That's probably going to be Vi jungle. Although we do have a cool player in solo queue that does run Vi top and all into level 1 with the red far. I'm pretty sure that's not what we're going to see here. I'd love to be proven wrong, as Lane Vi is one of my favorite champions. But yeah, it's most likely going to be Vi in the jungle. Zyra and Nessus have just been locked in as well. So that's very cool. It could be an Ashe Zyra lane, channeling that inner Cloud9, who coincidentally are playing at the same time as this. You guys are here because we're more important. Nessus locked in as well. That could be top Nessus, as was just recently played in NA and pretty much all the games we just watched. Jungle or lane, very effective champion, very good at pushing lanes back. Can get ridiculously farmed and fed. Sits there with Ghost and Teleport, farms up a Siphoning Strike until he can one-shot caster minions, which as you guys know are the most difficult things on the map. And then he pretty much just comes and kills your entire team. Sona and Varus are being soft locked for the bot lane for VGR. I wouldn't be surprised if it was locked in. This is a very aggressive lane. It has a lot of kill potential at level 6, as you can chain your Crescendo with Varus' ultimate Chain of Corruption for a lot of CC. Pretty much enough CC that you can get enough damage off that you can pretty much one-shot anyone. So that makes sense to me. I wouldn't be surprised if the Ashe is picked up, so we can see a Sneaky Castro elimination lane. Please, worst player. Play the Corki. I'd like that as well. Unpopular champion for solo queue, but worst player plays unpopular champions. So, there you go. Hopefully he does lock it in, and we'll see something special. So, very flavor of the month champions, as you would expect for a tournament. No unconventional picks being thrown out. I'd love to see the Syndra, I'd love to see a Talon, but it's most likely not going to happen. We could see a Lulu mid, if these teams want to channel their inner team immunity. That would make me happy as well, but it really wouldn't be, you don't pick it against everyone. They picked it against Zach because it really messes with someone that stacks HP, but yeah, it didn't even work, so. And I got $5 on Renekton. Does anyone on the spectators want to take me? Adept, $5 on Renekton. Adept isn't allowed to get in on the bets, so he can't hedge it. He can't pick someone else and take my $5. Rumble was also locked in for Team Niveus. I like that pick as well. They have so much dragon control. Nessus, with his ultimate Spirit of the Sands and his dominance, can just solo dragon. If they fight over dragon, however, Rumble's equalizer is just immense. Zyra also very good at team fighting, so it looks like they are looking to control the dragon objective of this game. So I'm liking the lineup for that. And Adept did lock in his Crocodile. He's actually getting a new skin in the next patch, I think. Pool Party Renekton. I'm not sure if it's actually called Pool Party Renekton because it looks like it's Lifeguard Renekton. Very cool skin though. And we've just got our mid laner that needs to be locked in for Team VGR. And it is going to be an Orianna. So we've got a huge AoE team fighting comp being picked up from VGR. A lot of crowd control in the forms of Sona and Varus' ultimates, as well as Orianna's displacement from Shockwave and Vi's displacement from her Assault and Battery and her Vault Breaker. So it doesn't look like they have a lot of single target damage in my eyes. They definitely have the damage overall for a team fight though. And we've just got the, I think it might be the mid laner as well that needs to be picked for Team Niveus. So it'll be interesting to see who they do pick. And if we do see a lane swap this game. Rumble isn't traditionally known as the best 1v2 champion, but the fact that he's not great in 1v2 is really fixed by Nessus's ability to use Spirit Fire to clear waves, which reduces a lot of pressure on the turret. That's why they run Nessus so often in the jungle in professional games, is because you can keep turrets alive longer, and that's something you always want. If you can delay those global objectives, delay their global goals, it really does benefit your team, especially if you're trying to take turrets and stuff at the same time, and all of that good stuff. And it is a Lissandra being locked in as well. I love this champion, so much CC. I think it was first brought to professional play by Pharrell and Lord and the EU LCS. The 3000 ELO Lissandra plays just going in 1v5 and blowing them all up. So it's cool that Hero is going to be picking that up. We've got 35 seconds left until we get into it, and as soon as... Alright, so actually everyone's been locked in, so I'll talk a little bit about summoner spells. So we are seeing Vi and Nessus in the jungle. Nessus is taking Flash, which is pretty standard when you're against that much crowd control. You really don't want to be caught out with just Ghost to get you away, because it's just not enough. Seeing Ignite and Exhaust as well. Oh, sorry. That's what I was trying to talk about. Sona isn't taking Exhaust. The reason you don't take Exhaust is because you don't feel like it's a high priority damage target, or you feel like the Exhaust won't benefit you in the long term. So there's actually 3 Ignites being run by Team VGR, which means there's more kill potential. It also means they're not going to be able to get people off Varus. And it's most likely going to be the Nessus that gets on top of Varus. So he's not going to be stopped for anyone, which is always nice. You really do want your Nessus just to run at the AD carry and make his life miserable. He's really not a nice champion. It's like Olaf pre-nerf. You just kind of like fire your Ragnarok and right-click the AD carry. Go make yourself a cup of tea, and then by the time you come back, he's just slashing his wrists already because you can't get him off you. So Zyra is taking Exhaust, however, which is always nice because the Renekton will be channeling his inner I hate AD carries as well, and it's a nice ability to peel. Not that Zyra's kit doesn't come with a lot of get away from my AD carry in it, but Exhaust definitely helps that out. Stranglethorns is good, her Vines are good as well at locking people up. Zyra just a very cool support. Corki is such an unconventional AD carry. I know that worst players most played, I think, is Ashe and Corki though, so you might be watching the most... Oh, it's actually Cogmore and Corki. Alright, I take that back. So you might be watching like the best Corki on this server. I'll look it up in a little bit for you guys to see who has the most Corki games played as AD carry in high ELO, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be him. So if you guys are aspiring Corki players, he's definitely the guy to watch. And the guy with no name is playing Rumble. Rumble with Ignite, I feel, can deal with a Renekton, especially after you get Rylai's and into your Leandrins. Can blow through his high amounts of HP, and mitigates his regen with that Ignite, so these are all good things. These are going to be very, very chaotic team fights. I feel like after the first team fight is won or lost, we might see another snowball, just because when you're running 2 team fighting teams, the one that pulls off a successful team fight first, they're going to be the ones to pull ahead, as it were. Team fighting teams are always a little bit iffy in my eyes if you're not running someone that has a lot of single target damage, because you really will fall short. If you have someone like Nasus that can survive the original AoE, if Sona's Crescendo goes across, Ariana's Shockwave goes across, and Varus' Chain of Corruption and arrows go across, and Nasus is still sitting there with all of his HP, I just don't see an answer for him. I don't see how VGR are going to be able to stop him. He really is just going to run at Varus. He's going to be able to wither him. So Varus admittedly doesn't have a lot of escapes already, and I just see Nasus bulldozering him, demolishing him, turning him to little Varus wood chips, and we'll see if my prediction comes true in the later game phases of this game. And we've got 5 seconds left on the delay before we get to the loading screen. I'm hoping we're going to see a skin on Corki. Earthrider skin is his best skin. I'm sorry if you guys have other opinions, but you're wrong. Zyra's Wildfire skin, I'll let it go if he doesn't have that, because it's not the best, and it's our only skin. But, if the others disappoint me, I'm going to rig the tournament so they can't win. And I'll pretend that they didn't get any prizing and stuff like that. And it looks like no one's going to win this game. Neon Strike Vi is always nice. Blood Fury Renekton, that's definitely one of the more popular ones as well. Galactic Nasus, Dragon Wind Corki, alright, I let that go. Dragon Wind might be better than Earthrider Corki. And Rumble and Lysandra, alright. So a lot of classic skins, and those guys won't be making the cut, but the guys that are playing with skins will get their share of the prizing, so it's alright. And as soon as these players loaded, we'll get into it. I wouldn't expect to see a level 1 fight of any shape or description. But, they could surprise me. I feel like the team has a huge advantage when it comes to level 1. Maybe VGR do, actually. Sona's Power Chord, if you stack it up early before a fight happens, you can bring on a surprising amount of burst. Zyra's Roots and Vines at level 1 can lock up a lot of people as well. You generally don't like invading against that because it can be so effective. I wouldn't be surprised if we just saw them maybe ward aggressively, get a ward on their red buff, and then just back off. As a level 1 fight is too volatile. If you're not sure you're going to win the level 1 fight, there's no point in fighting it. You should never trade or do anything when there is potential for disadvantage. I guess what I'm trying to say. You should always take clear-cut advantages. You should always compound on mistakes. You should never play something that has the potential to be 50-50. That's why I detest 1v1 trades in solo queue. If you can get 14 or 15 creeps instead of killing them and dying yourself, it's always better to get the creeps. But players don't like maths. I don't even really like maths. So you should probably just not listen to me. Alright, and the players are off. They're racing down the mid lane. I'm not sure who's going to win this first lap, but it looks like Rumble is. Varus is actually leading his team. It looks like Vi is creeping up in the second place behind him. And the race to red buff. Let's see who's going to win! Varus, oh, it's Vi! And Vi wins by a landslide. Varus is actually just given up, he's just standing there. He may not have known they were racing, but there's no excuse at all. Alright, and we're just seeing both teams are grouping up. Sona did put a ward down around the blue buff for her team, and it looks like they're stacking up as a 5-man, and I would be surprised, very surprised in fact, if Niveus are gonna, run into the jungle and try to get another ward down. I feel like they'd be pushing their luck a lot. It would definitely force a level 1 fight, and that's something they don't want. Rumble's actually going back now, proceeding to the top lane, as it were. So yeah, it doesn't look like they're gonna invade. Zyra might try to get a ward in there. Oh, this could be so bad for her. She does get her grasping roots down first though. So yeah, that's good. Wasn't a cheeky first blood. We're seeing both the junglers starting at the buff that AD carry and support are closest to. This is standard practice. The closer you are to your AD carry and support when you start in the jungle means the better leash you can get, the faster jungle clear you can get. And those are all good things for efficiency, and as a jungler you do want to be efficient. So I feel like Vi probably has slightly better clear time, but I could be completely wrong, so don't listen to anything I say. So red buff has been picked up by Wobbles, blue buff has been picked up by Pork. They're going to transition to the next buff, and we'll see a gank, or something after that. So Rumble already getting some nice damage onto Renekton in the top lane. As soon as he's got his scrap shield, he'll be able to mitigate a lot of Renekton's damage and harass more effectively. So Rumble definitely picks up momentum in the later levels. Lissandra already getting some nice harass and getting level 2 first against Orianna in the mid lane. So she could maybe all in her and make something happen. I've seen that happen a little bit often. If you're already winning the lane and you get it a little faster than they do, sometimes you do see all-ins. Varus and Sona, however, getting so much damage down to Zyra and Corki in the bot lane. I have no idea how that happened. It looks like Varus just hit level 2 first and did just all-in. So you're seeing pretty much just what I say. I'm pretty much a genius. Wait for it for president? Yeah. Corki might actually need to back up here. They have no sustain. Zyra can't heal people with her plants because she's pretty much useless. So Corki has lifesteal. He's running 4% and he has a Doran's Blade, so he has the life on hit with that as well. But it's going to take a long time before he brings himself back up to any semblance of high vitality. So we're actually seeing Vi camping very aggressively against Rumble in this top rush. Renekton just at level 3, he is running all of his abilities, and I just skipped back. And now I'm 5 minutes. So Rumble taking so much damage here in the top lane. Oh, nope, no it's not. I'll skip back again. Alright, so he just flashes out, he's going to be absolutely fine. Corki's actually stayed in the bot lane and CSing reasonably well. He's about 9 CS behind his Varus. So, meanwhile in the mid lane, both flashes coming out from both mid laners. Orianna's trying to get away. Looks like First Blood is going to go to Lissandra though. Very nice gank. Really abusing Orianna's overextending with or wither. Orianna not the most mobile champion by any stretch of the imagination. Nasus is actually taxing like Obama in the mid lane. Just being there and trying to get this wave into the turret so that by the time Orianna does come back, her admittedly, incredibly short death timer to try to make something happen. Vi actually flashes in, trying to make something happen on this Nasus. Does get frozen out. Nasus had great reactions, flash out as well. Well played for both players. And Renekton has successfully dueled with Rumble a couple of times now. Rumble's doing really well in keeping himself in the danger range. I think that's what it's called. It's when you have yellow heat on Rumble and all your abilities do more damage. Really powerful Rumble players will keep themselves in that range at all stages of the laning phase, just so they're always maximizing the amount of damage they can do. So it's a great thing to learn, that heat management, if you are a Rumble player. Rumble actually getting incredibly aggressive onto this Renekton. The Ignite does go down. Renekton sitting on 100 HP, is going to get away, and doesn't use his flash. So, well played by him for doing that. Probably was holding his finger over the flash key the entire way through, but decides he doesn't need it in the last second, and manages to hold onto the summon as well. So Renekton wins the trade, but doesn't win anything worth writing home about. Does push Renekton out, but Renekton was going to go back and buy at some stage anyway. Lissandra's actually roamed down with Nasus into the bot lane. There was no wards there. Lissandra follows the claw in. Varus is actually trying to trade and kill. Ignite does go down, and Varus does pick that up. He's maybe going to go get another kill as well. Corki forced to flash out. Varus still trying to chase after it, but it is going to be a 2-for-1. Double kill in favor of Lissandra. Really nice roam, timing that ward in the tri brush, and really abusing it. Orianna is pushing the wave in the mid lane, trying to get some damage onto the mid turret and retribution, but it's not as effective as the double kill. Nasus getting his jungle tax on again, pushing the wave into the turret. The Vi is going to be here to collect it though, so it wasn't as effective as they hoped. And yeah, please let me know if this stream is of better quality now, in terms of video, as we did decrease it to 540p, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so Rumble is almost level 6, Renekton is a little bit behind them, surprisingly. Renekton's trying to freeze at the moment, pretty successfully. Rumble has arrived though, might shove it straight into the turret, or might just last hit. And it looks like he is shoving. Renekton hits level 6, and he is going all in, has already fired his Dominus, his ultimate. He has Ignite as well. Rumble does not have Ignite to get away from this. This could be a kill for a Dams. Gets a nice color of the Meek off, and that is the kill for him. So that's the power of hitting that level first. He knew that Rumble would be a little bit behind him, and he just all-ended him, and it was picking up a successful kill. That's bad luck for Rumble. He got a little bit overextended with no flash, and got punished for it immensely in that 1v1. We actually see Corki in a 1v2 situation here. Zyra put a ward down on Dragon, a pink ward in fact, which pretty much means to me that the Nessus is looking to solo Dragon with his ultimate very soon. Sona is actually coming up, maybe thinking about the fact that Nessus is known to solo dragons, and we'll be looking to maybe put a ward down and stop him from doing that. So Sona actually coming out, I'm surprised she's going this very long way around. She's actually, if she just put a ward over the wall, she would have seen the Nessus straight away. Alright, and I think she probably does know that the dragon has been done now, but nothing she can do about it. It took way too long, and her team wasn't able to respond with the information that they did have. It looks like Vi is actually taking away this blue for herself rather than giving it to a mage, which is slightly interesting, but a matter of personal preference. Cooldown reduction on Vi is incredibly effective, as it does mean she can pretty much blow people up. She already has fairly good base damage ratios. She's maxing excessive force, and it lowers the restore time on those, and it looks like she's just going to come straight down the wave. Assault and battery from her Vault Break here. Rumble does have the equalizer up, he does fire. He is trying to walk away from this, taking so much damage, just uses Scrapyard shield to get away, and nice gank from Vi. I would consider that a success, as they are probably going to be able to get the turret off the back of this. A successful gank doesn't always result in a kill. A successful gank could just be removing their summoner spells, it could be pushing them out of lane, or just like you're seeing now, getting the turret off the back of a gank is always a good thing.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Orianna just taking wolves away. The CS between the mid laners is fairly even. 70 to 59, slight advantage in favor of Lissandra. Lissandra also has a double kill, but she hasn't cashed that advantage in yet. She's actually sitting on 2,300 gold. So it is an advantage in gold, but it doesn't matter. It really just doesn't matter until you have it in items. So that's something you really need to be aware about. You could be, 10 kills up, but if you haven't used that gold efficiently, it just makes no difference. So she really needs to go back and bank at some stage, buy an item, and start making a difference on the map. Vi and Orianna. Vi rotated mid, getting so much damage on his mid tower, really punishing this Lissandra for roaming. Nessus and Rumble came down, maybe looking to make something happen. Renekton might be caught here, was doing the Wraith Camp, and does steal the Wraith Camp away successfully, so that's always good. The smaller Wraiths in that camp mean absolutely nothing. They give Jerk all experience and gold, so only the big blue Wraith is important. I'm sure you guys all know this, but it's not a successful steal away from that camp unless you get it. Varus and Sona pushing down this bot lane again. Again and again I see this Corki 1v2. And this Zyra really needs to stay in lane and maybe fix something in a playstyle that means that the Corki is not left alone at all stages, because I know as an AD carry how frustrating that is, feeling like your support is not present, and they're really paying for it. This turret does go down. So we're seeing a 2-turret advantage for VGR, and they're definitely showing that they know where the meta is at in terms of this turret push objective meta. And they're proving that they are the stronger team at it, picking up 2 turrets from nothing at 10 minutes into this game, almost 11 minutes. Lissandra and Nessus are shoving down this mid wave, but Orianna has returned and will be able to save it. Renekton is going after this Rumble again in the top lane, getting some nice damage down. It doesn't look like he's going to go in for a kill though. He is actually chasing it very aggressively. He does have Ignite up, so maybe if it gets low enough, he might make something happen. And yep, it does indeed. The Ignite does go down and he picks up the Rumble. So well played. That was a 1v1. And Renekton just bulldozing this Rumble. Varus actually gets knocked out. Nasus gets knocked out. Uses his ultimate, just not enough to keep him alive. Vi is actually flashing in, trying to get so much damage up. One more hit and she brings down this Zyra. And Zyra does go down to Varus, in fact. Varus flash free, getting the cheeky kill steal away from his Vi. And Varus picking up a double kill there. So we're seeing a 3-1-0 Varus, who's definitely going to Blade of the Rune King as first item, which is slightly unconventional Varus, but I can see it working. And they're making their presence known. It looks like the mid turret has just died to the Orianna as well. 4 turrets to 0 as Renekton picks up another one on the back of that Rumble kill. And we're seeing a snowball here from the laning phase, which is something that Team Niveus definitely do not want. Yeah, like, teams hate losing for some reason. If someone knows why, that people don't like winning, let me know. But yeah, I expect that they're not very happy with themselves. So Rumble's picked up Haunting Guise as his first item. He had a Doran's Shield from his early laning phase. He's very behind in items when you compare to what the Renekton's about to have, which is a Brutalizer, core components for Hex Drinker, and a Mercury traits. He's suffering in terms of CS and in terms of kills. It's actually 92 to 45 CS, which is the greatest CS differential on the map. And that gold differential is 4.6 thousand to 2.7 thousand, and that's absolutely huge. So the next dragon of the game is going to be spawning shortly. I'm sure that Niveus would love to take that, get that global gold. We'll help the Rumble out, we'll help everyone out, and yeah, it's always a good thing getting dragons. Renekton is just going to be punishing this Rumble in the top lane, and Nessus just hasn't been there to turn it around. Already coming in with his ultimate up, Renekton is looking to pick up another kill on this Rumble, and it looks like he's going to be able to do it. Loses about 150 HP to pick up a Rumble. Renekton now on a killing spree. Lots of pings going down. Both teams have gravitated towards Dragon. It's irresistible pull, as it were, just because it is going to be up, and let me do the calculations, at 13 minutes and 49 seconds. So it's going to be up in 10 seconds from now. So they both know it, they both have the timers for it, as Sona was present for its downfall. And they'll be looking to secure that for themselves to either continue their lead, which is in favor of VGR, or to bring back the gold in their favor for Niveus, as we are seeing about a roughly 4,300 gold lead in favor of VGR, which is a greater gold lead than they had last game, and they won with that. So it's looking fairly grim for Niveus at the moment. 4 turrets to 0 is where the real difference lies. That is a lot of gold. That is a lot of massive presence that they've lost without that vision. And Orianna and Vi just taking Dragon down by themselves, completely uncontested, and they pick up their first Dragon of the games. The Dragons are 1-1. Neither team has an advantage there, but the gold is definitely in favor of VGR, and they extend that gold lead by another 1,900. I swear I can into maths, guys, I swear. Varus lands a nice Jennifer option onto the Corki. It looks like Vi is going to go in. He does have Orianna's ball on her head. Has by the shockwave, doesn't do the speed, so nice ultimate coming up from the Sandra, getting all 4 members in that AoE. But just not enough. Rumble and Nessus just weren't there. There was no follow-up for that brilliant bind. And Zyra does go down. That was a 1-0, bringing the gold lead up again. Renekton is just successfully split pushing in the top lane, getting a lot of damage onto the creep wave, probably looking to pressure this tower again. Rumble has gone back top, but Rumble is not an answer for Renekton at this stage in time. He can push the wave back, but he cannot kill Rumble, and he cannot kill Renekton, and he cannot stop Renekton. Renekton actually stole away Red Bomb as well from that jungle, so looking absolutely huge. And Orianna actually got grasping roots in the bot lane. Lissandra flashes in, but Zyra has died to Varus. Nice wall breaker and a battery coming out, and that was a 2-0 in favor of VGR. This gold lead is definitely showing they're all walking away on 150 HP. Double kill to Nincompoop, makes a nice kill on Nessus after he flashes. Rumble actually died to Renekton in the top lane. So while that was all going on, he's getting this turret in the top lane. This turret is dying in the bot lane as well. This is about to be 7 turrets to 0 in 16 minutes of the game. And this is looking very, very good for Team VGR. They're getting the inhibitor in the bot lane as well. The death timers have 5 seconds left on everyone being alive. And they have enough time, I think, to get this inhibitor. And they do get it, and they've started to peel away already. Renekton got the turret in the top lane, but he wasn't able to stick around for the inhibitor. He was very low. He did actually go down. I'm sorry I missed that, guys. I'm not sure who killed him. And we've got everyone else recalling from VGR in this push. So it'll be interesting to see where the team goes from here. Probably pushing down that top inhibitor as it is now open, no turrets protected, and they are cashing in a huge gold advantage. They were sitting on so much after so many turrets and so many kills. And we're seeing some core items being finished from VGR. Split of the Other Lizard, all the Aegis components were by. Oracle's Elixir has been picked up as well as Shirelia's. Blade of the Rune King, a BF Sword, and the Zeal has already been picked up from Barrett, 5, 1, and 2, leading the KDA on his team as well. Athene's Unholy Grail and Sorcerer's Shoes for Orianna, Black Cleaver and Hex Drinker for Renekton. So very scary items at this stage of the game, considering we're only 17 minutes in. And the gold lead has jumped to about 9,000, so definitely nothing to chuff about. Renekton nearly one-hit that ward there. If he got an auto attack off beforehand, he could have used his W to pick it up successfully. Didn't believe in the heart of the card though, and it didn't go down. And it looks like they are going to be pushing top, with Renekton split pushing this mid lane. He's so tanky at this stage in time that no one can really deal with him, I feel. Getting so much damage over this Nessus. Nessus probably is very surprised with the amount of damage he does. We're seeing 4 members of VGR head towards this top inhibitor. They will be able to run in and just take it away, I feel. There is no turret. They don't have the presence of the pressure 17, but Lissandra already goes in. Vi is picking up with Lissandra. Lissandra is down almost instantaneously. Shona and Rumble is being picked up by the AoE. They weren't even the focus of the fight. Barris just triple kill, getting the Nexus as well. Vi is chasing down the Scorpius 1v1, and we're seeing a quadra kill to Ninkimpu. Scumbag Vi actually stealing away the Penta. He became well play calls coming out, and it looks like they may actually just leave, or they may get the Nexus in this push. Either way, very well played by VGR. They've really snowballed their advantage. Their transitions are fantastic, picking up those early turrets. Renekton was just too big of a bully for Rumble to handle, and unfortunately that meant Renekton had a lot of pressure on this top lane that Rumble could never truly answer. Nasus needed to be other places on the map, holding objectives and trying to secure objectives, and was not able to offer the assistance that Rumble needed. And that meant that Rumble could never bring himself back into the lane. Top lane is fidgety like that. If a top laner gets an advantage, he can generally hold it over the other person. And unless someone comes in to equalize it, it's going to be a very hard job.